It evolved dramatically. Those were the early days. When I say that investment banking almost didn't exist when I started and kind of exploded in scale in the ensuing years, a big part of that was the late, 80s and 90s. These firms were growing like crazy. I mean, Morgan Stanley had, a few thousand people when I got there. It wasn't a tiny firm, but it was still pretty small and pretty much US. They had very small outposts elsewhere. And the firm added, I remember each year looking at the annual report, where one of the statistics they'd have in the inside front cover was number of employees. It was like 1,000 more people every year. I mean, the firm was growing in so many new businesses, things like trading, which were very small, when I started and had only begun not long before then, or going global and building huge businesses in across Europe and across Asia. So it changed pretty dramatically while I was there, just as the whole industry was changing. And frankly, that's part of what caused me to move on at one point. Is it felt like it was almost getting a little too big for my taste. I had that, in my mind, that experience at the law firm, small elite group. Morgan Stanley, when I first got there, was bigger, but still felt like a small elite group. And it just felt like it was getting pretty large. And so I kind of went back to my roots at a very focused, smaller firm.